The moment my wife Emily collapsed in my arms, sobbing in grief, I knew nothing else mattered. We had just lost her mother, her last surviving parent, and the funeral home was filled with quiet murmurs of condolences. Then came the sharp, grating voice of Karen from the HOA. "Excuse me, but you need to move your car," she snapped, arms crossed tightly. "This is a private neighborhood and we don't allow non-residents to park on the street." I barely spared her a glance. "Karen, this is my mother-in-law's wake. We'll be gone after the service." She sneered. "That's not my problem. You should have gotten a permit. Now move it or I'll have it towed." Before I could answer, she gestured to a waiting tow truck, and within minutes my wife's sister's car was already hooked up. Emily stood in stunned silence as our mourning guests watched in horror. "Karen didn't stop there. And we need to keep noise levels down," she added. "These gatherings disturbed the peace." Emily's knees buckled, her breath ragged as tears spilled freely. "This is my mother's wake. How can you be so heartless?" Emily cried. Karen smirked. "Rules are rules." Then she did the unthinkable. She called the police, claiming we were trespassing and creating a disturbance. My grieving wife, barely able to stand, was forcibly dragged from the house by officers who had no idea what they were walking into. Emily clung to the door frame, screaming for them to let her say goodbye. I stood there, seething, fists clenched so tightly my nails bit into my palms. I reached into my coat and pulled out my badge. "I am John Matthews," I said, my voice cold with restrained fury. "State attorney. And what you have just done is not only morally reprehensible, it may be illegal." The officers froze, eyes wide. The tow truck driver, mid-motion, slowly unhooked the car. Karen, for the first time, paled. You're the..." "Yes, I am. And I will be personally looking into every single HOA violation, financial mismanagement, and potential legal infraction under your leadership. I'll make sure your name is synonymous with abuse of power." Karen stumbled back, her bravado shattering. The officers, now horrified, gently released Emily, helping her back inside. The funeral home staff swiftly ushered our guests in, murmuring reassurances. Karen slunk away, face burning with humiliation. But I wasn't done. A week later, an investigation into the HOA began. Corruption, embezzlement, and power abuse unraveled like a loose thread. Karen lost everything. But I didn't care about that. The only thing that mattered was Emily and making sure she never had to suffer another injustice like that again. Subscribe for more real-life stories that need to be heard.